All right, Nelly. So we were talking about the pentatonic there last time. So first thing you want to do is just play the scale all the way up and all the way back. Okay. So we're in D minor here. Okay. So that's 10th fret. So now keep in mind, I'm going to do this stuff in D minor, but I want you to do it in any key, right? So just make sure you know which key you're on, right? So remember the fifth fret open is E. So then let's say you wanted to do it in G minor. E, no E sharp, so F, F sharp, G. There it is. So we know that's A. So let's say you wanted B minor. A, A sharp, B. So just make sure you can find each keys. But for now, we'll do it all in D minor, okay? So play it all the way up and back with no breaks. So don't stop there and then go back down. Just make it all one big fluid cycle like this. So you don't need to repeat any notes or anything like that. Straight back down. And the more you do that, the more smooth it's going to be. So being able to do this stuff is one thing, but the thing is, it has to be easy for you, right? It has to be, because it's only going to be smooth and musical and sort of, you're only going to be able to add your own personal touch to it if it's easy for you and you're not straining to get it all and thinking too much and all that kind of stuff. So the only way to get to that point is just to do it to death over and over and over again. So that's one way, down, up, picking, where you're picking every note. But of course, you can go hammer all the way up. And this is all stuff you want to practice individually. Hammer on, pull off. Okay, so some of the phrases we got into then. This one. So that's bottom of the B string to the top of the B string. Same on the next string. And a bend, get 3 fingers behind it. And don't be afraid to really push it, okay? And if you're not sure how far to bend up, just go up 2 frets from there and match that note with the bend. Too much. There we go. Okay? Now, keep in mind, you could just as easily do that phrase a string up. But this time, you're not going to be going up 3 frets because this is the G string, so it's going to be up 2 frets, then 3 frets. Now, you see the way whenever I do that, I'm getting my thumb over the top, right? That's to control the strings, right? Because normally you do this with a bit of drive, bit of distortion. And now all the strings are going to be really sensitive. They're going to be flying off the handle without even being touched. So you need to be all over them. You need to get your thumb wrapped around here. You need to lie your fingers down across them there. So like, let's say if you've got a bend here, you don't want... Let me get the drive on here just to show you what I mean. So if you're doing a bend here, let's say, you can't have these strings underneath ringing out. Right? So you need to lie your fingers down on them. So you see the way I'm not holding them down against the fret, I'm just touching them so that they're muted. Okay, so you're lying your fingers down on some of the strings, wrapping the thumb around others, getting the right hand in on, if your left hand is too busy to mute strings, get your right hand in on it. You have to be on the strings all the time, controlling everything. If you don't want to hear a string, then you should be touching it with something to make sure it's muted. Okay, so we've got this one. Down a string. Down another string. And remember, you can pick those or hammer them, pull them off. It's up to you, whichever. If you want a rougher, more aggressive sound, then picking every note is what you want to do. If you want it smoother and more kind of bluesy, then hammer-ons and pull-offs, right? Okay, so the David Gilmour lick then, the one at the start of what's it called? Another Brick in the Wall solo. Okay, so first bit, we've got to pull off from the top of the B string to the bottom of the B string, coming up with the pleck to the top note on the G string, and then back down to the bottom note on the B string. After that, got a bend from the top note of the G string. Quick staccato note. So remember, a staccato note is just where you hit the note and kill it straight away. So just hit it and then take the weight of your finger off it. And then from there, a bend from the top note of the B string, up by 2 semitones or 2 frets. There it is. Okay, so then we had that sort of Gary Moore style one, where we're starting with these two barred. Okay, so that's going to be down, up with the pick. Okay, so we've got both of these on the bottom note of the first and second strings. Then we're sliding up past the top note on the B string. Now so we're kind of going out of the scale shape here a little bit, but we're not going outside of the scale because this note is just this note, right? Then we're going to the top note of the E string, and then back to that one that we slid up to. So okay, so what I want you to do is just use those couple of examples to come up with your own phrases. Okay, so just a couple of other simpler examples. Here we go. So we've got pull off. Let's try this one, okay? So we've got pull off from the top note of the G down to the bottom, up to the top note of the D string, back down to the bottom note of the G string, and then back to the top note of the D string. There was another one as well. Bending it up, release the bend, pull off, and then finish it off there. Okay, so loads of that. Running around the scale, picking your way up, hammering on your way up, pulling off your way back down, trying the different phrases, using it in different keys as well. So there's E minor, A minor, C sharp minor, wherever. Okay, so just make sure you put it around the fretboard and just play it to death, okay? All the way up, all the way down, over and over until you can just do it in your sleep, okay? And that's how you get nice smooth solos. All right, keep it up. Talk to you next time.